Got Rippy over to the Paul Bunyan show. Oh, 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh, just after 10:30. They have the helicopter over here this year instead of on the other side of the track. The Hudson display was pretty impressive. I'd like to look at that again. They offer quite a line. Norwood Sawmills. I don't see the real steel guy here this year in that same spot anyway, and that oil guy moved over there. There's a restroom over here, so I don't want to stay too long, but my friend Eric's truck, he's got a sweet spot there. Pretty cool looking. Big timber, bolted together, boardwalks. So our crop sprayers, they come up from Louisiana and they park the helicopter on top of the truck. This looks all brand new. But that's the blade. This truck hauls the blade, the grease and the fuel, the service end of the tree trimming helicopter service, where it's talk about a swing blade. And he has it set up a little different this year. The hamburgers smell phenomenal. Have the boardwalk. Pretty extensive display here. I think he didn't say Belpre. He said he was from Bel Air, Wheeling area. Isn't that it? I think that's a hydraulic unit in the orange part. It has this. There's a drone over here. It's a trade show. I already seen a friend of mine, another friend, and everyone from Columbus has been here at one time or another. Some changes for the better. It's nice. Taking he's got the swirls in that, like from, you know, that's a commercial jet up there. Poly wheels, and then the power to the saw goes through these tubes. It looks like drill bits for drilling. This boardwalk. This reel system for lubricants and fuel. Looking out for a drone, I heard him. There's the blade on to the left. That's the blade and the stuff that connects to it. The exhaust coming out of the back like a Textron. Hadn't seen one of those for a while. I suppose they own the unit. I mean, and maybe they own more of them, but that would be your pride and joy right there. That business, your prime weapon. A crane they use maybe the crane to connect the blade after it's assembled to the copter, which they flew this in. They don't park it on top. It has mirrors on the legs. It has a cool looking camera almost, it looks like, mounted to the bottom, but that's where the blade attaches. They have a hatchet throwing with true hatchets here to show, which they used to have one on the hill, and it's not a gunmetal gray, but it's a silver. And then you can kind of see where it attaches onto the bottom. It has a 110 volt. The jet engine, his jet fuel he's hauling, and lots of it. It's a thirsty one with some pretty cool controls. It's really shined up nice. I mean, because those Textrons, aren't those vintage? I don't know, but this looks brand new. Made in Texas by Bell or Textron. There's your Dolly Parton mirror, we call them. The lights. Some communications. Some like gyroscopes. I'm not sure. And just, I don't know what we're going to run into over here, but I know it's going to be big and cool. Big timbers. They have the beautiful mums and displays. Forgot to check my time, so the wood chips, but it's dry here and there's no mud. It's a fairground with hard ground. The lanes are pretty packed, aren't they? The Baker saw. Got a good look at the Baker saw in this blue unit. Bundles, it's the first in America for bundling firewood. Built in Canada. Bundle firewood processing machine, all in one. and it works good. That's what another guy wasn't as impressed as I was. That it took a couple people to maybe to help it along, but man, it dropped the wood right in there. This is that Japa machine, and these are the guys from Norway. We're gonna walk under this conveyor. No, we're not. But these work off a hydraulic unit, and he calls that a hydro buddy. And you use standby power. He has a Honda built on that with the hydro, but you can plug it into your tractor to supply. It's like a machine shop machine as far as your power source goes. A live deck over here. The baker, we got even closer to baker. They have a full line, it looks like. These are pretty famous and popular in a highly competitive sector. And they come here clear from Finland and stuff. So Baker has the edger to go along with their beautiful sawmill. I think it works so smooth. I don't see a log on it, so here's this machine. What we saw it in operation. I figured they would run out of wood. We'll walk under here. 40,000. So yeah, those processes are 40, and they were 45 years ago. And what you're running into is stuff that was 40 3 or 4 years ago is 80 now. If you haven't priced anything lately, it's double. But you can still get into one for 40. The Bandits, they're in yellow, industrial yellow. Those are 300 used. Robotic chipper machines to fill the backs of the chipper trailers. A very serious looking black. He's from Columbus, Ohio, over home. And they're making some of these. It's a company from Finland or wherever, but their factory's based in Lebanon, Ohio. And this Timber Pro, it might be the one from Wisconsin. And it's on Northern too, Shawano, yeah. I want to say this is a Timber Feller. Probably have that wrong. A black Timber Feller. But the one in this is red, made over home. And then over here is the Big Daddy chipping machines. And they would have to use them in like flood areas and everything where it looks like a bunch of roots. It's just piles of debris, and they just feed them in there and grind it all up and make mulch out of it. At the end of the day, with these 12 caterpillars that use maybe 4 gallons an hour, and that's a guess too on my end. I'll be demonstrating these in another hour. But over here, Paul Bunyan Show on the infield with Bogart Rippey, Friday the 4th of October. Thanks for watching.